Have you ever felt lost, unsure of what comes next? Imagine being one of Jesus' disciples right after his resurrection. They'd seen the impossible happen, but everything was still so uncertain. As Jesus had instructed, they gathered on a mountain in Galilee, a mix of hope and confusion swirling in the air. What would he say to them now? What was the plan? The anticipation must have been almost unbearable. Suddenly, he was there. Jesus, their resurrected Lord, standing before them. The sight was overwhelming. Some immediately fell to their knees, their hearts filled with worship. But others hesitated, their minds still trying to catch up with their hearts. They were wrestling with doubt, trying to process this incredible reality. And how did Jesus respond? Not with frustration or judgment, but with incredible patience and a quiet, commanding authority. He met them exactly where they were, in their mix of faith and uncertainty. Then, he broke the silence with words that would echo through eternity. All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. This wasn't just their friend, the teacher who walked with them through dusty towns. This was the King of Kings, the ruler over all creation. His voice carried the weight of absolute power, but also the warmth of a loving guide. He was reminding them, and us, that his power isn't just for grand cosmic events. It's a power that underpins the mission he was about to give them. And then came the command, the one that would change the world forever. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. In that moment, the disciples' world expanded. This message of hope, this incredible story of redemption, wasn't just for them or for their people. It was a gift meant for every single person, in every corner of the globe. Their personal journey had just become a global mission. Imagine the weight of that command, go to all nations. How could this small group of fishermen and tax collectors possibly achieve something so monumental? But Jesus didn't leave them with an impossible task and walk away. He gave them the most powerful promise imaginable. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age. They wouldn't be going alone. His presence, his power, and his guidance would be with them every step of the way, through every trial and every triumph. You could almost see the transformation happen right there on that mountain. The fear and uncertainty began to melt away, replaced by a new, unshakable purpose. They understood that this mission wasn't about their own strength, their own eloquence, or their own courage. It was about relying on the power and presence of Jesus that went with them. They were no longer just followers. They were ambassadors, carriers of the greatest news the world had ever heard. And so, the ripple effect began. From that single mountain in Galilee, the message spread like wildfire. The disciples went out, just as he commanded. They traveled to different lands, crossed cultural barriers, and shared the story of Jesus with everyone they met. They baptized new believers, creating communities of faith, and taught them the ways of Jesus. What started with a handful of people became a global movement, a spiritual family that continues to grow across generations and continents, right up to this very day. This story, the Great Commission, isn't just a historical account for the first disciples. It's a living, breathing call for every person who chooses to follow Jesus today. It's a reminder that our faith isn't meant to be kept to ourselves. It's a gift designed to be shared. It's about multiplying hope, sharing love, and letting people know that God's grace is for them, no matter who they are or where they come from. It's our invitation to be part of that same, world-changing story. Thank you for watching. If this story inspires you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the powerful messages of faith. See you next time.